Hi, my name is Thomas Cullen, and I'm discussing the legal aspects and also the ethical aspects of 3D printing of organs and biological pieces. And I just wanted to start off by talking about this company. It's more of a startup called Organovo, and they can bioprint multicellular organ representations, such as like samples of organs in a petri dish, and they can use those for research. And this is sort of the beginning of what I'm trying to talk about, in that these organs can be created artificially in in a laboratory environment, and this is sort of the beginning of that. And I also want to discuss about another piece of research that's been done by the Houston Methodist Research, and they developed a new 3D printing of biological material, and it's not really 3D printing, it's more of taking a 2D stamp and stamping these cells on top of each other, which is makes it a lot easier for these cells to survive the process of being artificially created. And when it comes to the legal aspects of 3D printing of organs, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office it says that it is illegal to patent a human, but the organ isn't necessarily a human, even though if it comes from a human, it isn't a total human, and this creates a sort of legal gray area, in that there's an argument over whether these organs are therefore human or man-made. They're human in their DNA, but they could be man-made in the entire process of 3D printing them. And it is believed that the 3D printing will most likely be determined by copyright law. And what that means is that the intellectual property rights usually cover structural designs of a product, like a piece of architecture or a piece of art. And the same can be applied here, because that's exactly what an organ is. It's a structure of cells. And in this form of ownership, the author gets primary ownership of the work, which would be the human that the cells and their structure was copied from. But also, the important piece of this is that additional parties could also receive partial authorship, because they help create the data file that is the organ, and they also help implement the printing of this organ file into copies. So the ownership would be split among the human it came from, and also the scientists that help implement the 3D printing process. So that could be a place where legal issues could arise over, are your organs really your organs when it comes to the copyright law. Another legal gray area in terms of the 3D printing of organs is the issue over the black market. Currently, a lot of money is traded for organs because it's a very, very highly demanded product with a very low supply, and doctors aren't allowed to buy or sell organs. They're only allowed to transplant donated organs, but less than ethical doctors will transplant organs for a huge fee. And this 3D printing of organs could take that component out of it, but it can also introduce another complicating factor, in that it'll help solve the doctor issue, because instead of a doctor taking the organ out of a person who sold it, or a person who's unaware of the extraction, that role will be eliminated, because you'll already have the data file of the organ that you need, and it can be infinitely copied as long as you have the biological resources to print the organ out. But this could create an even bigger black market industry, in that instead of there being a transplant donation organization that's legal and official, the industry where you could just go to the black market and have an organ printed up for you could grow exponentially. And this is still not ideal. It still should be in the realm of hospitals because it's still a very, very dangerous surgery, and there's no guarantee that the person will survive even if the organ is printed or if it was transplanted.